Pearl Jam for you, 7:53. You know, it's quickly become one of Philadelphia's favorite radio stations, but it is quickly coming to an end as well. WDRE FM is about to sign off the air. Steve Keeley recently visited the station that will be missed by a lot of folks who finally found something new and different on the radio dial, where there's been a lot of the same old, same old.
Philly's Modern Rock 103.9 DRE at 7:02. Sarah and Vinny, the DRE Morning Show.
It was a radio station, but more like friends talking to you, playing your favorite music for you as you get up, drive to work, or just hang out during the day.
The area attracts hundreds of ice anglers.
And in just a few days, it'll be like hugging a close friend goodbye at the airport, who you may never see again, as WDRE 103.9 FM goes off the air.
It was a normal day. Everything was fine. We were happy, loving life in our show, and we came in and the owner of the company said, we're having a meeting.
We had just gotten our first ratings book, and we had gone up almost a full point in the morning, and we were hitting our mark. And then when we heard that the owner was coming in, we thought, this is the big congratulatory meeting. This is going to be great.
He said, okay, I sold the station, and I don't know what the format's going to be, but you'll be meeting the owners. So the owners came in, they were very straight with us and said, we'll be changing the format, so why don't all of you run along and find jobs now?
Everybody was shocked because we were all, you know, we felt like we were really making some progress in Philadelphia, shaking up the market, and my immediate thought was all about all the people that I had hired, some that had moved here, and what were we going to do?
And we're going to be taking calls in a few minutes.
The shock was shared by the listeners.
I was so bummed out. When I heard it on the way home from work that day, I actually had a tear in my eye.
This really sucks that you guys are getting off the air.
Your radio has to be down and you can't curse.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk to you in a second.
I need to say, I don't know what I'm going to do without you guys in the morning. I have this horrendous hour and 10-minute commute every day. The only way I get through it is you guys.
Here's what I was thinking about Philadelphia radio.
Okay.
It is Scotch tape that holds the microphone together, but there was a strong bond that held the staff and its listeners together that made this station unique in a business with very little uniqueness about it.
For once, it wasn't like working for management. Jim was the type of guy. In fact, I remember one of the first things he ever said to me was, I want the radio station to sound like you and your friends, if you were sitting around your house and talking about music or sports or something you saw on TV, when you're on the air, be the same way. We don't want a bunch of puking DJs.
That was one of the cool things about DRE is that our boss was never, okay, go be a DJ. You have to speak the DJ language. He wanted us to just be us. He wanted us to be the people that if you were listening to the station and you got to know the DJs, they were your friends, and they were actually people who talked the way you talk and talked about the things you talked about.
We've really done a lot to try to bond with listeners over the past year and a half, and I think we succeeded quite a bit.
It's going to be tough. I mean, I've only been here a short period of time, but I've been able to establish the people who listen have been really good to me, and I've been able to establish some great relationships, so it's going to be tough.
Try to fill that hole in your life with, you know, maybe get a really good education or something.
Nearly the entire staff has already landed new jobs, and the listeners can expect to soon hear the style of this station show up somewhere else in Philly.
This format's going to surface somewhere. I mean, right now the radio market's in a huge transition, but there is someone, and I know this for a fact, that is going to come in and make it happen. I just know that. This format is too huge to just disappear.
You'll have another option in this marketplace that'll be highly competitive, very interesting, very entertaining, and having one hell of a good time.
The good times with the current staff are about to end, though.
I guess like any type of corporation, one day it gets sold, then you move on. Some people stay, some people go, but that's something about radio that, you know, I'll never get used to. That's why I should get out of it, probably.
To just, like, end is going to be kind of intense, but I think we're going to be all right.
It was just a cool, healthy, fun place to go to work. Not a lot of rules, which we liked.
It's got nothing to do with us. The bottom line is we're out of work.
The laughs, the modern music, and the blinking on-air light all stop here Friday night as WDRE becomes part of Philadelphia radio history and stops being part of its listeners' lives.
Good luck, buckaroo.
In Jenkintown, Steve Keeley for Good Day Philadelphia.